So in our last lesson, we had discussed up to step 4. That was type of decisions. Now from there, we are supposed to proceed to the next step, which is computation of payoff using specified formula or specific formula. Yes, after we noted that the sequence stage, then now we are going to the next step, which is you compute payoff using the specific formula. So those steps are just following, if they were following the others. Are comfortable with this document? Yes. So this computation, we have the option, and remember the options we had said it is the production. The option is production or the supply. How many cakes are we going to cook? Then we had the outcome. Now the outcome, we say it is the demand or the sales. It's the demand or sales. We had said that the formula for getting payoff is revenue minus cost. It's revenue minus cost. So maybe we can first of all specify here we have the units made, units produced, or units under the units which are demanded. So this is how we are going to go about it. Units sold multiplied by selling price. Multiplied by selling price. I want to modify that formula kidogo. This way, units sold same day times selling price plus units sold second day times selling price. Selling price. So these are the two revenues. Minus units made or produced times cost per unit or unit cost. And that gives us the payoff. So this, the formula we had written in step 1 is called general because it already shows revenue minus costs. Now this one is called specific because it specifies the items that make that revenue, the items that make that cost. So revenue in our question here is made up of these items. And then the cost is made up of this. And questions differ. That's why we begin with the general formula in step 1. Then to put up at step 5, you specify depending on what has been presented. Depending on what has been presented to you. I'm dividing mine, but you don't have to divide yours because my book is not divided. Okay, now this owner of the cake shop can go to the market and buy one cake. But akinunua one cake, demand can turn out to be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Anaweza amua I'm baking 2 cakes. Lakini demand ikuwe 1, 2, 3, 4. Ama amue I'm baking 3. Lakini demand again ikuwe 1, 2, 3, 4. Amue I'm baking 4, but demand to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay. Then this is now what happens. You bake 1 cake. 1 customer comes. How many do you sell? 1. Times the selling price is a cake sold that day from the question. That 130. Sold the same day. No.
Each cake costs
130. And if it sold the same code day,
the cake amount is
2.
So whatever it means, it's not going for
okay, so this is now what you're going to do. So this one, maybe you first of all look at what I'm doing, then you compute on your own. So hiyo inauzwa that day, and there is no cake that remains to be sold the following day at a cost of or at a price of 30, but we have produced 1 cake at a cost of what? 70. Then we come here. If 2 customers come and you have baked 1 cake, how many do you sell? You just sell 1. Because you have produced 1. Yes. Yeah, these are they are independent possibilities. Yeah. So you sell 1, which is at 130, and there is nothing that remains to be sold at 30. Then you have made 1 at what? 70. If 3 customers now come the whole day, you just sell 1 because that is what you made at 130. There is nothing that remains to be sold at 30 shillings, and you have produced 1 at what? 70. If 4 customers come, you sell 1 at 130, and there is nothing that remains to be sold at 30, and you have made 1 at what? 70. Now, the second possibility, umeamuka asubuhi ukapika 2 cakes, ndio ziko kwa duka. Sasa, only 1 customer has come. How many do you sell? 1. Umepika 2, lakini ni mtu mmoja amekuja. And the assumption is that mtu mmoja ananunua only 1 cake. Yes. So si unauza moja. So you sell 1 at what? 130. Si kumebaki moja. So hiyo moja yenye imebaki unauza at what? 30 shillings, and you have produced 2 at what? 70. If 2 customers now come, you sell the 2 the same day at 130, and there is nothing that now remains. Umeuza kila kitu at 30, you have produced 2 at what? 70. If 3 customers come, you still sell 2 at 130. Nothing has remained to be sold at 30. You have produced. Then here you still sell 2 at 130. Nothing has remained to be sold at 30. You produce 2 at what? The second possibility is umenunua ama umepika 3 cakes now. Lakini ukifungua duka, only 1 customer will come or has come. So umeuza ngapi? 1 at 130. Kumebaki ngapi? 2, because you have baked 3 to be sold at 30. Minus you have baked 3 at what? 70. If 2 customers come, you sell 2 at 130, and only 1 remains to be sold the following day at 30 shillings, and you have baked 3 at 70. If 3 customers come, you sell 3 at 130. 0 times 30 minus 3 times 70. Then, if 4 customers come, you still sell 3 because that is what you have at 130. Nothing remains at 30, and then you have produced 3 at what? 70. If you have produced 4 and only 1 customer comes, you sell 1 at 130, and unabakisha 3, each at 3 at 30. You have baked 4 at 70 each. 2 customers come, you sell 2 at 130. And now how many remain? 2 to be sold at 30. Minus you have baked 4 at 70. Then if 3 guys come, you sell 3 at 130. How many remain? 1 times 30 minus you have baked 4 at 70. Then if 4 come, you sell 4 at 130 plus 0 at what? 30 minus you have baked 4 at what? 70. Umeelewa? These are practical things. They are very real things. Sasa, nataka quickly you copy this and get the answers. Just the answers and be very fast. You have finished. So the next step that we take is called preparation of a summary. So we are saying now we prepare a summary. Preparation of a summary. Now, when we are in SQL stage, the summary is called payoff table. Payoff table when you are in SQL stage. So this payoff table designed like this. On this side, we have the option 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here we have probability. Then we have the outcome. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have someone known as EMV. Nataka unisomee the first value you got, the answer was 60. And the second one, end up on number 2, unisomee. The first one you got 20, and this other one, angalia hapa. Kishazoea sana utakuwa na compute just for. But for now that unazoea lazima nitakusanyisha hizo zote. These things have 3 patterns. Pattern ya kwanza inakuanga where they are equal. You see now this is 60, ukienda kwa the next equal 120. So what has happened, tumeongeza 60. So nikiongeza 60 hapa nitapata 180, na nikiongeza hapa nitapata 240. That's called diagonal pattern. The other one is the upper diagonal. The upper diagonal starts from the equal point. Now from here to here they are the same. So even this one would be 60, this one would be 60. This would be 120, this would be 120, this would be 180. The third one is called lower diagonal, which is kutoka hapa mpaka hapa tumetoa 40. Sindio? So ukiteremka hivi, this now ukitoa 40 ni minus 20 minus 60. Hii itabaki 80, hii ni 40. Are those the values that you got?
Yes.
Yeah, good. We can copy him. Copy. What's the matter? Withdrawn. How do this? Where there are those days, Kwa hiyo swali. Mahali tumeambiwa the days. You can see them. I want you to add them and tell me they are how many. The frequency, how many days, whatever it's given there. Your frequency, add them, tell me how many they are. Add them. So divide each by 50. You divide each of those items by 50. The first one is 0. What? 0.1. The next one is 0. Then we have 0. Good. And those are online now. You also start sending your figures. Now, after you have the data, you shall have information. Now it is time to make the decision. If you remember what you were saying when you were in hypothesis, I kept on saying, if I were to come your way and make a proposal, you don't say yes or no there and there. You go out there and ask some people about me, or you go and gather information about me. So umeongea na hawa watu wote wamekwambia what they have said about me. Now, sasa, it is up to you now to get the information. You decide whether you are coming to tell me yes or to tell me no. That is now where we are as the next step. Now, as we make decisions, I don't know whether I see them. We make decisions depending on the environment we are in. You see, the way I react to you or the way I present myself to you is different from the way I present myself to people out there. The reason being, right now, you are my student. So I present to you as a teacher. But if we were to meet out there where you don't know me as a teacher and I don't know you as my student, maybe my presentation will be different. So depending on the environment that we are in, we make different decisions. Right now, you seem settled and you are comfortable and quiet because the environment is safe. If you are to experience or to sense danger, you will not be as quiet and as comfortable and as composed as you are. So you have to change because the environment has changed. Yeah. So when the environments change, we use different rules. We use different rules in making decisions. So the next step now, as I have already said, those in the words, is make or decision made. I just say decision made using number one, most likely event rule. Most likely event rule. So this one is as simple as this. You simply remember probability is initial, right? Yeah, that's how you define probability. So unaangalia ni gani iko na probability kubwa. Ni gani? 0.4. So you circle this. Let's do that. When you circle that, you look at the name of that. It's called what? 4. Now, unakimbia hapa kwa options. Do we have an option that is called 4? Yes. So if yes, that is the decision. So you come here and say advice. The advice is that they should bake. Is it bake or whatever? Bake 4 kids. That's as simple as that. That's why when you look at a person making a decision and saying yes or no, usifikiria ati ni rahisi hivyo. You can imagine kule tulianzia kule kwa step 1. But for us now to come here and finally say 4. Yeah. So usione mtu akikuja kusema yes ama no, ufikirie it's very simple. I'm sure in your life you have ever made a very serious decision, and that decision, maybe you spent sleepless nights, you consulted, finally ukakuja ukasema yes ama ukakuja ukasema no. Maybe what we did, we added the values, the frequencies, then we divided each of them by the total. We added the frequencies, we divided each of them by the total. Now, as I hope you have gotten that many. The other thing that I need to say is this rule, and you'll be seeing this in your notes. This rule is only used where the names of the outcomes are similar to the names of options. So if the names are different, you cannot use this rule there. You maneno yote naongea about the rules that I give. Good. So let's go to the rule number 2. It's called most likely event rule. Now, in the most likely, oh, sorry. Sijali, akili yangu ilikuwa imekimbia kesho. I'm thinking of something I'll be doing tomorrow. You may not have much task. So number 2 is called expected monetary value rule. Okay, so now we have the option here, and then we get the expected monetary value without information. Without information. So, number one, this is what you do. You take these tables, you go multiply by the probabilities. So utasema 60 multiplied by 0.1 plus 60 multiplied by 0.2 plus 60 multiplied by 0.3 plus 60 multiplied by 0.4. Do that and be fast, and be fast, be fast. Give me the answer. $60, good. Number 2, you do the same thing. 20 times 0.1 plus 120 times 0.2 plus 120 times 0.3 plus 120 times 0.4. The answer? 110, good. Wandike number 3, the same thing, minus 20 times 0.1 plus 80 times 0.2 plus 180 times 0.3 plus 180 times 0.4. Then you go to number 4. That is minus 60 times 0.1 plus 40 times 0.2 plus 140 times 0.3 plus 240 times 0.4. Are you through? Hii umepata 140 na ingine 140. Now, according to this rule, you should go for the highest. So the highest of these 4 gani. So, and because there are 2, you can pick any. So the advice that we are going to give, the advice is you bake 3 or 4 cakes. Alafu kuja hapa uandike 60, andike 110, 140, 140. You bake 3 or 4 cakes. You bake 3 or 4 cakes. Betul kan? Number 3, rule number 3 is called max rule. Max rule max rule. And the max rule inatengenezwa namna hii. You have the option here, then you have the maximum payoff. You have the option and the maximum payoff. So option 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you go to option 1, the maximum payoff there is what? 60. Option 2, the maximum payoff is
1.
Option 3, the maximum payoff is, that's your margin. And 240. Now this one is interpreted as select the maximum of the maximum. So the maximum of the maximum here is what? The maximum of these maximums is, so you circle this, and then the advice that you give is that they should pick 4 kids. Okay. Now this rule is used by people who are very optimistic in life. People who see themselves getting everything good wherever they are. And is it a good attitude? You're not sure? It's a very good attitude. Wherever you are, you should always go for the best. Kazini ukifanya, give the best so that you get the best job possible there. Kwa class kama hii, do the best, go for the best. You should be aiming to pass QA with 100%. Si kupitanga na 50%, that wakirudia kidogo kupatikana na kama kosa unapata 48. Go for the best. Even when you are getting married, those of us who are not yet there, you look for the best person that you can. Yeah, but for those of us who are already married, we encourage ourselves that we go to the best. Number 3, that's number 4 now. Okay? Number 4 is called max-min rule. Max-min rule. Max-min rule. Now this one, you write option here and then minimum payoff. Minimum payoff. Option, then we have minimum payoff there. So in option 1, the minimum is 60. In option 2, the minimum is 20. In option 3, the minimum is negative 20. In option 4, the minimum is minus 60. It's minus 60. So this rule huwa inasomwa hivi. Select the maximum of the minimums. Select the maximum of the minimums. So the maximum of these minimums is which one? The maximum of the minimums. Yeah? Is it 60 or minus 60? What do you mean by maximum? Highest. What do you mean by minimum? So sasa hapa nipatie the highest. Yes. So I'm saying kati ya hizi minimums, give me the max. The maximum of the minimums. Umeelewa? Yeah. The next thing is these rules. You see the first one was max. You can also get another one, although we are not going to like use ones, which you say min max. Now min max will say you get the minimum of the maximums. So already we have the maximum that we had extracted, so you go there and get the minimum. The other one is min. Now min is you go for the minimum of the minimums. The minimum of the minimums. So when you are here, the minimum of the minimums is which one? The minimum of the minimums. So kati ya minus 20 na minus 16 nani minimum? Minus 20 ni dogo kuliko minus 16. So the minimum of these minimums is this one. That's the lowest. Yeah, it's the lowest. Okay. Haya, tuende kwa the next rule. The next rule, that is should be number what? 5, eh? Sio ilikuwa number 4. So number 5, huwa inaitwa Raprez rule. Raprez rule. And in this Raprez rule, we have the option here. We have the simple average payoff. The simple average payoff. So in option 1, what you do, you take 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60. All these you divide by 4. The answer is what? $60. We go to number 2, you do the same thing. 20 plus 120 plus 120 plus 120. You divide by 4. You get 95. We go to number 3. Minus 20 plus 80 plus 180 plus 180. You divide by 4. Umesema?
105.
105. Do the same for number 4. Add those ones for number 4, and then you tell me. You have 90. So again, what you do here, you go for the highest. So the highest is which one? So what advice do you give? They make 3. And what is coming up out here is that we are making different decisions today. And that's what I told you. People with the same environment and the same data, they make different decisions. And you must be ready to accept that. And don't call people fools that they are not making the decision that you have made. You only need to know which, or rather you should call me a fool if you know the rule that I have used and I have formed the wrong decision. Like, kama umejua nimetumia rapis, and now instead of 3, I'm saying it's 1, now at that point you can call me a fool. But if you have not known which rule I used, please don't call me a fool. And I think I told you the other day, ukiita mtu mjinga, hata yanakuona mjinga, that you're not doing what they are doing. The next one, inaitwa, that's number, it should be number 6 now, right? Howick's rule. Howick's rule. And in this Howick's rule, we will have to let alpha to be 0.8. And I keep on telling you, anytime you see the word red, that value has been assumed. It was not part of the original data. It has been assumed. It was not part of the original data. So we have the option, and then we compute someone known as weighted average payoff. Weighted average payoff. Weighted average payoff. So what you do, unakuja kwa option 1 there, and you take this alpha 0.8, you multiply by the best payoff. The best pair of hapo kwa 1 ni 60. Plus 1 minus alpha, you multiply by the worst. The worst there is what? 60. You go to number 2. You take this alpha, multiply by the best. The best hapa kwa number 2 is 120. Plus 1 minus 0.8, you multiply by the worst. The worst is what? 20. Number 3 is 0.8, you multiply by 180 plus 1 minus 0.8, you multiply by the worst. The worst there is minus 20. Then you come to number 4, 0.8 multiplied by the best there is 240 plus 1 minus 0.8 multiplied by minus 60. So do that. Which one is coming out to the highest? Or not yet? No. So option 4, eh? So you advise that they bake 4 cakes. Yes, you take the highest. Now, before we do the others, we need to prepare a table. We need to prepare another table. Maybe what you can do, once I've got a tutorial so that you're able to see the design. So inafanana tu na hii ingine, but now sasa hii huwa inaitwa regrets or opportunity losses table. Opportunity losses table. So here we have the option, and here we have the outcome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the pro. So this is how it's done. So unakuja kwa hii table ya kawaida, the initial one, eh? You pick the highest one, the outcome. So the highest value in option 1, or rather in outcome 1, is 60. So hiyo 60 inaandikwa hapa, then you subtract all the others. So you subtract 60, you subtract 20, you subtract minus 20, you subtract minus 60. So this will be 0, this will be 40, this will be 80, this will be 120, and the probability is 0.1. Haya, tunakuja kwa option 2, outcome 2. Ukiwa hapa unaangalia the highest ya hizo zote. It is which one? 120. So hii 120, you subtract all the others. So you subtract 60, you subtract 120, 80, and 40. And that gives you 60, 0, 40, and 80. And the probability is 0.2. We go to number 3. Ukiwa kwa number 3, you identify the highest. The highest ni nani hapo? 180. So hii 180, you subtract. Hapa utasubtract 60, 120, 180, and 140. So that here you get 40. This one is 0. This one is 60. And this is 120. And the probability is 0.3. Those are what we call the regrets. They are the ones that are used by people when you hear someone saying, I wish I knew. When you hear someone say, I wish I knew, they are telling you they are regretting. And they are regretting because they have gotten something smaller or something worse than what they would have gotten. Yeah, so there is. Tukikuja kwa number 4, it is 240 to the highest. So 240, 240, 240. You minus 60 to get what? 180. You minus 120 to get 2. Sorry, you get 120 again. You minus 180 to get what? 60. You minus 240 to get what? 0. And this is 0.4. Alafu sasa hapa, you prepare something we call EOL. So hiyo tutacompute. So nitakuonyesha tengeneza hapa namna hiyo. So that is how we make that table. It is required in our next 2 rules. So now this is what happens. I don't know whether you require to write it, but maybe for, so rule number 7 is called savage stroke regret rule. Savage stroke regret rule. So we have the option, and then we have what we call expected opportunity loss. You have expected opportunity loss. So ni kama tu kwenye compute EMV. So you simply come here for option 1, you say it is 0 multiplied by 0.1 plus 60 multiplied by 0.2 plus 120 multiplied by 0.3 plus 180 multiplied by 0.4. Tunafuata tu hizi as we multiply with these probabilities. That's like we did with the other, right? So ukikuja kwa number 2, utasema ni 40 multiplied by 0.1 plus 0 multiplied by 0.2 plus 60 multiplied by 0.3 plus 120 multiplied by 0.4. So you can be able to do the same for number 3 and number 4. Yeah. These answers easy. Do that. Haya, so here so which one is the lowest? There are two of them, eh? So the advice is they should bake rani 3 and 4. Bake 3 or 4. So you bake 3 or 4. So this one, because it looks for the losses, eh? It looks at the losses, we go for the smaller. This is what in layman's are when you see which one is a lesser evil or which one is a better devil. All of them are devils, but which one is a better devil? Or which one is a lesser evil? Yeah. Rule number 8 inaitwa minimax regret. Minimax regret. So here we have the option And then we have the maximum regret. We have the option and then the maximum regret. So that's number 1, 2, 3, 4. So in hapa the maximum regret kwa hizi ni 180. Ukifuata number 2, the maximum is 120. When you follow number 3, the maximum is 80. And when you follow number 4, the maximum is 120. So this rule, as we explained the others, it says select the minimum of the maximum regrets. So the minimum of these ones is which one? 80. So you will advise that they bake 3 cakes. You will advise that they bake 3 cakes. We will advise that they bake 3 cakes. The next one that we need to compute is not a rule. So those are the 8 rules that we have. Now there is something else we call value of information. Value of information. And this value of information, some people will tell you it is the maximum amount to pay. It's the maximum amount to pay. And this comes in for you to make a decision, you go for information. Like right now, wakati uligundua you need to do an exam, you came looking for the information, which is part of what I'm giving you. And this information, is it coming your way for free? No, you have paid. So the question is, how much, what is the maximum you will need to pay? If you get a school fees to say 20,000, what is the maximum? Ikifika hapo useme kama una charge hiyo wacha hiyo. Do you know the maximum? So wala tukiwekea 30,000 utalipa. Tukiweka 50,000 utalipa. With the what? The value that you get. Good. That's what now I want to bring out. And that's good. How much you pay for something is guided by what you start to get. Yes. If you are going to get a lot, then you are also ready to pay a lot. But kama diburi hakuna kitu utapata, you are not willing to pay. Yeah. So this is how you go about it. There is the formula in your notes, so we are just going to apply straight. And this is how you go about it. Unaangalia hii table, you go picking the highest. So in outcome 1, the highest is 60. You multiply by 0.1. Plus number 2, we have 120 multiplied by 0.2. Plus number 3, we have 180 multiplied by 0.3. Plus number 4, we have 240 multiplied by 0.4. Then you subtract the highest EMV, which was 140. The highest EMV, which was 140. What is the answer? 40. Good. So that is how we go about it. Now, on your own, while you're handout, there is the question that follows. I would like you to do it the same way to the team. After the value of the information. The one that follows the one you have solved. Yeah. You solve it the same way. After you are through with that, you can get to the past papers. And the first one that I would like you to do is this one of August, followed by another one here of September 2021. Question 4C. Question 4C. May 2021. Question 2C. There's a topic that is highly examinable again. Almost every paper has my decision making. So tomorrow, God willing, we shall do multiple stage, and that is good. So we call it at that point and hope to pick up from there in the next lesson. Thank you.